Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to another video. This is the Social Manage event. Social Manage is a daily quest that you have to do as well. Social Manage, you have to basically perform 10 interaction with these NPCs within this corner of Irene. Now what I always usually do is simply grab the stuff from the table, the glasses, and throw it at the NPCs, which is also progressing the quest. Now, as you do these things, you'll see that you level up your either kindness or your evilness, depending on what you do. If you do nice things to the NPCs, then you level up with your niceness here, with the decorum level. If you do bad stuff, you get improperty level leveled up. And depending on that, you'll be able to do more interactions with these NPCs simply for the achievements and the toys. So you can get special toys that you can use these interactions out in the real Sarnod world, not only in this corner. So I've made my quest, but aside of the quest, you can just keep spamming it even without the quest. Where at some point, if you do so much evil stuff the whole time, I'm not sure how the game evaluates when you're finally passing to the next level. It's not like you do a 20 evil actions and then move on to the next level. I'm not sure. I think it's like a secret hidden code where you have to do a certain amount of things in the right order for you to pass, something along the lines of that. But once you level up your property level, then you can get these candlesticks and interact with them as well and take them to the NPCs and smash them with it. And I'm not sure if there's a level 5 or level 4 of these things. Now when you're doing good and you get to level 3, you can get the guitar that stands here on the table and interact with the guitar and just sing music for these NPCs. Now I know that at some point, once you complete them and when you have enough property stuff, you will get a chest which is going to give you either confetti or it's going to give you confetti and a toy which you can activate, which is basically activating the toy forever you have here with your toys, and you'll get them activated here. As you can see, I have the pay compliment toy where you can pay people a compliment all the time. You have also the glass, so I can give glasses to people. Now here's a candelabrum is the one that you can take the candlesticks and smash people with it as well. I have the dance without the table, so you can dance on tables basically. I think that's something evil as well. Once you get to level 4 evilness in property, you can dance on tables. Can play guitar as well, and just having a chat with people as think as well. So those are the things I'm still missing, I'm working on. So that's how to do social manage. Doing the quest is very easy. Then the next daily I want to explain to you guys quickly is the Fairies of Irene. This quest is for the beginning people, pretty annoying, but once you get a clue around it, it's pretty easy. Fairies of Irene requires you to buy the mask first or simply borrow the mask. Now the mask I have is bought, so I have it all the time. You can fly around it in Irene, very easy, simple to do. But if you get the quest, what you have to do is talk to Xavier the Pluie here, and you have to ask him to tell me about the mask of the free bird, and then you can ask him to borrow the mask of the free bird. Now if you have it yourself from the costume shit as well in your wardrobe, you can just use it there as well. When you trade him, you need a minimum of 10k reputation in order to buy the mask. It costs 3900 EQ, so you could buy it that way as well, and then you have it permanently all the time. So once you go outside, basically you have to just use the mask, you transform into a bird, fly around and catch these fairies. Now the fairies, I took a while to figure out where they are in each of them. In the description there is a file you can download, it's basically an image where you guys can quickly find these fairies where they are and also see their path of where they're going, because it's really, they're fixed, so the fairies always do the same path on the same location, and basically each region has uh, a fixed fairy where the fairy kind of patrols through that area. So it's very easy to catch these fairies once you figure out their path. Now if you do it like for several weeks now in a row, or if you do it on a daily basis, just every time, practice makes perfect, they say. It's true with this one. If you just keep flying around and catch the fairies, and you decide to spend at some point an hour to see where these fairies are going and track their path, you'll see very easily how to catch them really easily. So when you fly around, you'll have a timer as well. When the timer expires, your mask will run out of energy and you will fall down. For every fairy you take, you get about 15 seconds extra, I think. So if you can keep taking new fairies, then you can keep flying on, and you'll be able to fly a lot longer. Now, as a quick side note here, that's apart from the quest, but there's also a achievement you can get to catch 10 fairies in a row without losing your bird form. So if you're interested in doing that, make sure you get that done. Gives you 500 eco, which is quite a lot. It's a big bonus, as you find about maybe 7 to 5 eco everywhere around when you get fairy dust. So when you take fairy dust, you can trade it into an NPC to eco. And when you find the daily eco, there's one bag of eco you can find once a day, and that's about 50 to 60 eco. So 500 desert achievement is a really good boost to your eco farm. So it's very easy to do this once you know where the fairies are, and just keep grabbing them one in a row. Now I've done it starting from, basically these are the highest parts, and this is the lowest part, and then it goes down like so. So what I did was I started from here, grab this fairy, and then work your way down to catch all the fairies. Now there's more fairies than there's the achievement for. There's about 13 fairies, I believe. So you can for sure get them all in one go, even if you miss one or two. Just check the image, see for yourself if you can find them pretty easily that way. Try to fly always into the direction of where the fairies are going, that way you're gonna find them faster. And that's all I can tell you guys for this quest. Good luck on the achievement. And that's it, boys. Alright, the next daily quest you can get is the Espionage. Now this Espionage always starts with this NPC here, Blanche Desirae, which is always going to start your spy mission. What you have to do always is simply ask the current password. I usually take a quick snip of this with the snip tool from Windows, so you can just click and drag and do it that way. And then you can ask him where to find the here. He says the Palace Square. Now I know them by heart by now, where everything is. I'll include a link in the description that you can help you find stuff very easily via a Google Drive sheet. Basically, Palace Square is here. This is the square in front of the palace, and you always look for this guy with the highlight on, number T on your keyboard. Everything lights up. As you can see, the guy we need here is right here. You simply have to tell him the same word, the password that he told us before. So look at your snip that you took. Notado is the password here. Listen quietly, and then the last option is going to tell you next where the stone guards are sleeping. Now I know by heart already this is at the Theater, because this is where the stone guards are standing. As you can see, these are the stone guards sleeping here as well. So we're looking for an NPC here. They're quite suspicious, and you'll recognize them easily at the suspiciousness. They always are on random spots as well. They just indicate the area they will be in, but you do have to look around where they are walking around or where they stand. There he is, unremarkable guest. It's always the unremarkable guest for this. I'm here for the information, give the password. There we go, and then he gives you a scroll. Now the scroll has a code in it with random letters. Basically you have to move every letter, every character in the code the next one in the alphabet. So A becomes B, B becomes C, C becomes D, etc. Now G and D usually means always house. House CD is off, house off, and then you can already akzgd means B. So A becomes B, K becomes L, so Bl, I know by now right, it's Blizare. So House of the Blizare, you have to go to House of the Blizare, which is over here. So the next clue is over there. Now let's see, there's suspicious guests, but there'll be several of them, and you'll have to simply interact with everyone and give them the password. One of them is going to click and then give you some quest completion. There you go, probably this one, yep. And that's how you do the spy quest. So there's always 3 parts to this. The first part is to get to the guy with the password. The next part is to give him the password and get a scroll. And then you have to decipher the scroll and go to the location where you can get the quest completion. And that's about it. Now remember, if you're new to this, don't get scared from this. It's very easy. There's in the description a tool, very handy to do. Everything is included. Nothing has failed so far from using that tool. So that should help you on the espionage quest. Then the next daily quest we have here is always the profession quest. The profession quest simply requires you to deliver 5 items of a certain profession. Today we have the dueling rapiers, A rapier is a sword, which makes it weaponsmithing. You also have saddles for leatherworking, you have gloves for tailoring, you have chain links for blacksmith, and you have dragon fervor something potions for alchemy. So you simply need to craft 5 of them. With your profession, in this case for weaponsmithing, you can find them here. If I just quickly search rapier, you can always craft them with your profession. It just requires a common dragon steel ingots and then gleam of dragon spark. Now the gleam of dragon spark simply drops in astrals when you're burning keys. Even when you're not burning keys, sorry, when you're just doing astral, they drop major amounts because I have 2000 now. You can get rid of them. And then the common dragon steel ingot is some ingots you can craft with dragon ore, and then the flame coal. In this case, you can always buy the materials. This is not weaponsmithing bound. I'm explaining in general for every profession. You can buy this first material always from the vendor of your profession, and the second material will be able to farm very easily. In the blacksmithing and weaponsmithing case, this is always dropped in Irene itself. So dragon ore is from level 90 patch. That was the dragon patch, and the dragon ore is all over this place. It's everywhere. You can't run out of them. I have loads of dragon ore simply from my looting it all the time. Here, dragon ore, I have 3000. This is passively from just running around. I never loot for it, so it's very easy to do. For leatherworking, for example, it's a saddle. Saddle requires you simply to get the dragon skin. Now you can get dragon skin by simply getting your ambrosia hide and then putting it with decoction on it so that it weakens. This is from the profession trainer as well. So in this case, we're gonna go deliver those rapiers. I already had everything stashed up in the future, so I don't have to craft it every time. So it's very easy to do. The play in the theater is another daily quest you can do, or a mini game you can do non-stop as well, because there's some achievements you can get. And when you start, you'll need to pick a role. Doesn't matter to begin with which role you pick, but if you want to go for achievements, you'll have to want to see which roles you still need to do, and you'll have to equip the actor mask. You can get this mask from the quest line, or you can simply buy it as well. So you can do it. Now you need to equip the mask, and then you have to enter the arena, and after some time it's going to complete and start it. This time that they give is basically for people to group up here, and when enough people join, it'll start as well. The goal of this mini game is that you will press the right colors so that they line up perfectly with your buffs, and try to give the same amount of buffs in value, because for every value change you make, it's going to assign you points, and for every 2 buffs you level up on the same value. So if you have 2 and 2 and you make them go to 3 and 3, you get double the points than rather you make one thing go up. So once you start with the play, it's basically a story they tell, and it's not always the same story. There are different stories every time the play starts. Now those different stories are in correlation with different achievements you can get from Irene. So what the play is about is that you will be given the option to activate colors of buffs, and these buffs are basically the audience's mood. Now the only thing that matters here is not to please the audience, but that you keep the same value stacks as you go. So for example, now there's 3 reds, basically I have to get the green up to 3 greens as well, so I get double the points. Now I don't have the option, so I'm going to fail here and just go for blue. If you do a mixed buff, you get 1 on each color. If you do a single color, then that color gets 2 instead. The goal here is to keep 2 colors the same value all the time as you go, which might be tricky to do. And if you do that, if you manage to do that, you'll get the buffs. So for example, we have 5 reds, 3 blues, 2 greens now. I can use a blue which will bring this blue and the red one to the same value. We'll do that, and you'll see that I got 1 audience excitement. So that's the kind of buff you want to keep getting. because that's what's going to influence the rewards you will get for completing the quest. I'm kind of doomed in this scenario because I'm doing this with 2 NPCs, so they're completely randomly doing these buffs, but when you're doing it with players you can actually coordinate so that you can get the achievement done and get the maximum rewards as well. So I encourage you, if you want to farm this Irene stuff from 4 to 6, I'll do green, so 6 and 6 will be together and you get then double the buffs. So I encourage you to do this with players so that you can coordinate your buffs and you can get better rewards for managing your buffs better that way, because NPCs are dumb as hell and they don't know what you need to do. So we have an 8 and 9 and 11. Let's see. We could do probably red's gonna equal red and blue, and then we get 5 instead of 3. So as you can see, when you land the same amount of values, you get double the points. If you only manage to do 1, then you get 1 point. If you manage to get none, you get nothing. I got 5 points now. As you can see, the place ending. You can get some bonus at the end by spamming number 1, so then you will bow. This is working for everybody does the play, so if there's 3 people doing this, then everybody gets a extra buff for every bow you're doing. So if you do 3 people, you get 3 buffs every time a bow happens. And there we go, you got 8. Now if you do this with players, you can get up to 30, 35, so it's really beneficial when you do it with players. But I have no choice here. So. Now, as you can see, these interactions are happening automatically for NPCs that I have to talk to, and I have to feed to. Now, not all the feeding works, but when you just pass by, the add-on I'm using automatically interacts with them and spends my social activity. For people that are interested in doing this as well in farming reputation, this is surely a big help, even when you're passively going through Irene. Your add-on is automatically going to interact with the correct houses you are going for at the time. It's an add-on called Secular Activity. Now the one that you can get on Allods Pro doesn't work. It's only for Russian clients. I translated myself and did some tweaks into the things. It's on the description. You can download it there if you want to use it for the farming as well in Irene. Feel free to use it. Now all the credits still go to the add-on developer. I only tweaked it and translated it for the European client. I tried getting in touch with the guy that made the add-on via Allods Pro, but he's not answering at all since weeks, so I decided to do it myself. And feel free to download it from Allods Pro to give the guy help with his downloads, because those people are getting rewards on the Russian client as well for having more X amount of downloads, just like I'm getting for X amount of views on YouTube. But of course, if you download his, it won't work because it's not translated. So download mine so you have a working one. Download his to give him credit, please. There's also going to be a download description for him, so make sure you give the guy a download as well for the add-on to reward him. If he's even still playing, I have no idea, but it only feels right for me to credit the guy. Alright, so I think I'm gonna make it, guys. I believe we're going to get past the 10k reputation of my last reputation I need, which is the Vevre. The Vevre patronage. Right now I'm on 9k 556. I have a few more social activity to do. I have these quests to hand in, so I believe I'll make it with these ones. And there we go. Now we can finally complete this quest, which is going to get me the Irene Dragon. Now I used to believe that you need 25,000 reputation for each. Apparently you only need trusted for each. So I really got myself caught up on that one. But so we're gonna go now and request everybody's confirmation. We're going to get everybody's signature from every big house there is. So we have everyone's permission to write the amazing Irene Dragon. Which honestly, I think mine was better. I think if it actually took 25k to get the dragon on every reputation, it would be a worthwhile dragon to get. It's only 10k now. Well, it's still quite a lot to do, but it's easier to get for sure. Actually sign your dragon acquisition permit. Dragons, they've been pretty marketable lately. Of course, this happened after my cousin Hugh de Pluie, the oligarch, discovered the dragon island deep in the astral. Together with his friends, he stole the eggs and hatched tiny dragons. This is how the rare creatures came about. Of course, they're no match for the great dragons such as Solascore or Argus. Not to mention the dragon keepers, but still, they're dragons, aren't they? Their roof looks exploited, but how do you think this will end? Avarice dreams of getting back at all the great mages and their subjects. Yes, that's the word on the street. The dragons are gathered an army. They got over the defeat of the Dead City, and now they're prepared to challenge us again. They want to leave Sarnaut, but at what cost? Who knows? Well, alright, hand me that permit, I'll sign it. So that was from the Pluie. Now we go to the Grandeur. Oh, actually, this is Grandeur. Alright, I forgot about this one. As to sign the permit, well, I can sign it. Your deeds speak for themselves. You have proven that the future of magic is safe with you. I have my brother's permission to sign it on his behalf. Dragons are the base of the great mage's power. This world wouldn't survive without them. Do you even realize that everything started here on Irene? Irene vipers were the dragons that turned the elven mages into the great mages. Now you understand that they used to fascinate the elves. It led many to ruin and some to madness. There's great power in dragon blood. We all use it. Are we worthy of it? This question has yet to be answered. Here's the signature. Alright, 2 signatures done, 5 to go. Next we go to the Vevre, which was the reputation I just finished. Enough reputation to get the dragon. I'm really happy that I'm finally getting the dragon. It took me a while, considering I was thinking it's 25,000 reputation for each, as you can see here. All the respect that I have so far: House the Ardeur, the Blizare, Desirae, Deucer, Grandeur, Pluie. So then I had 2 reputations left to do, and these are now trusted, which are the Vevre and Delice. I was working on Delice now to 25k when I just discovered 2 days ago, when I read the quest when I was making a video, that it only has to be trusted and not respected. So I really got myself caught in that one, but yeah, these are the last 2s I'm doing right now. I'll be done with this. I'll be happy I'll be done with this. Alright, the Vevre, Kaspar, asked to sign dragon acquisition. What?
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
I'm so confused right now. The quest clearly says only trusted reputation with House the Vevre, and I am trusted with the Vevre. Or do they actually mean respected now? I'm so confused at this point. Let's skip this for now. Maybe we'll find out if everything goes fine except for the Vevre and the least, then we know it's actually respected, and I wasn't wrong, and I'll still have to finish my grind, which in the end I would, at this point, rather have than just trust it. So the next big leader here is in here. This is Delice actually, so if she also refuses, then we know it's going to probably be respected. Antoinette has to sign your dragon acquisition permit. Darling, I'd sign your papers with great pleasure, if only you have earned our house's trust. I'm sorry, but it won't happen until you've earned it. Alright, so I'm assuming now it has to be respected only. House the Blizare. Let's go for House the Blizare. So this is for the Blizare Maximilian as to sign dragon acquisition. Dragon blood holds this world's greatest power. The power that allowed us to stop the astral. As an alchemist, I have spent years studying this substance. A long time ago, we came to understand that their power is not of this world. Just like the power of the great trees, they have a lot of things in common. But many things are different. Dragon Flame is the ideal eradicator. It destroys even non-combustible things. Great tree saplings are strong enough to create new matter from the astral. What do you think? Perhaps they embody the eternal power of creation and destruction. I agree with you. We have a theory that the entire universe with all the worlds in it is ruled by these powers. Creation and destruction, life and death, 2 sides of a coin, and neither exists without the other. You understand the nature of things, I'll sign your permit. Alright, just because I'm respected, I can give the correct answer. Then the next one is going to be from the Ardeur, which is in the castle. Louis de Desirae. Asked to sign your dragon acquisition permit. Our dragons are the descendants of a female dragon named Sturega. She was captured by the first conclave of great mages. They took her blood to brew their potion of might and immortality. That conclave consisted of 7 great mages: Pascal, Alcan, Oberon, Canaan, Maeve, Nemeina, and Melusine. It was destined to fall apart. Canaan turned into a vampire, while Alcan and Nemeina left the others in pursuit of their own goals. I learned this at Zion's history lessons. He told me when I was a boy. Do you understand what the former members of the conclave were after? Did they want to complete the transformation and make the elves equal to dragons? That's right. They wanted to finish what they started, but the other members didn't care for it. By then, dragons had been defeated by the Junes. It made the elves realize that the dragons weren't the immaculate, perfect example. This understanding shaped our today's society. I'm saying all this to make you see how important dragons are. Give me your permit. I'll sign it. Here it is. Renard the Ardeur. Asked to sign your dragon acquisition permit. Dragons. I've considered them fascinating. Dragons are monsters. Heroes are supposed to kill monsters. You took down the Fiery Father, also known as Sheraton. We elves know other names of dragons. Alcer, Zubin, Nashira, Rewati, Regul, Rugbat, Sargas, Sirma, Situla, Tagmin, Elnat. 12 dragon keepers. 12 giants who tormented the world until the Junes dealt with them. Only their children survived and gave birth to all other dragons of this world. They don't really belong to this world. Dragons still hate us all. Do you realize it? Dragons want to leave Sarnaut and return home. But they can't do it on their own. They need help. The dragons try to create their own first priest, Lick Flame Tinderbox. He was the only one that could open the stargates with the key. Neither Soliscar nor Agrus can do it. Now that they're dead, the dragons are trying to create new ones, or find an ally among the great mages. Mages whom they deeply hate. However, strange times call for strange allies. You know what lies ahead. I'll sign your permit. And with that, I can confirm that the ones I can't get now are the ones that's not respected. I'm going to go ahead and check on the Russian server if there it says trusted as well or respected. Hey guys, so that was a joke. Now, so many weeks later, I finally managed to finish all reputations now. So how's the Ardeur is finished? Blizare, Delice, Desirae, Douceur, Grandeur, Pluie, Vevre, everything is done. Finally, I literally just finished it. We're going to finish the last 2 ones, so it was turned out that it needs to be respected for all of them, which is quite crazy if you ask me. Every questing zone so far only required you to do 1 reputation to the maximum, and then you could buy any of the vanity shit that the zone offered to buy everything from the with the currency of that area, right, of that map. You have Suslanger only having one reputation. Suslanger has actually multiple reputations, but they only unlock 1 reputation per update they release. Now this Irene was quite heavy. It's immediately having 7 different reputations. I get the story, I get the why they do it, but it takes quite a long grind to unlock this majestic mount, and I believe that's why it gives this mount so much more value and so much more meaning. The grind is so much bigger to do, that the dragon is harder to get, which I like myself as well. It puts the dragon into a slot where only really specific few people are going to get it, because a lot of people are just going to say already, nope, not gonna go for that dragon, if they already know what to do for it. So it's gonna be a very rare dragon to have. So if you do have the dragon, you have some goddamn dedication, determination to grind this thing down, man. Congrats to you if you do it. Congrats if you already have the dragon. It took me a long ass time to get it done. I'm finally happy that I got it done. We're gonna finish this together now. So we're back here to Antoinette de Delice from House de Delice to ask to sign our dragon acquisition permit. Beauty is a great power. Do we have the right to judge the world by our own values? Did we become someone else when we abandoned beauty in favor of pleasure? I often think about it. Look at the Irene Viper through the eyes of the first elves. What do you see? Now she's referring here to the dragon again, the one we're getting at. Dragons are truly beautiful. I understand why the first elves were fascinated by them. I'm glad you can appreciate their beauty. You've come a long way. I'll sign your permit. And goddamn, you're right, I've come a long way. Holy crap, it's been a very long way. So it did turn out you have to have everything fully respected. Are you also said trusted? So I believe there's some kind of miscommunication, or not even translation, but a miscommunication from the developers to what they actually want, or they probably forgot already that they meant with trusted actually respected, and the trusted was a lower level tier of reputation. I have no idea what they did there. So let's get the last one. Ask to sign your dragon acquisition permit. Dragons. My people are infatuated with them. You know the history. We wanted to be like them. Many of us are still drawn to them, and Anastasia too. I think you both have a similar appreciation for their beauty and grace. I have one of her ballads. It's about a dragon. A dragon who knows his days are numbered. Dragons don't belong in our world. Alas, is that what you think? Dragons are not of this world. Indeed. That is true. I'd love to visit the world they came from. Perhaps I will. Who knows? I'm ready to sign your permit. And with that, we have completed the permit. We have gotten everyone's signature to claim this majestic dragon. Dragon acquisition permit. Sign the dragon acquisition permit at the heads of the 7 great houses on Irene and bring it to Anastasia the Vevre. Whoa. Heads of the great houses managed to agree on something. It's hard to believe. How did you do it? You're a true hero. A great hero. Dragagon. Signed dragon acquisition permit. Complete. Yep. Right. So now we have the signed dragon acquisition permit, which is, I believe, what is it? You have learned. So it's something you learn that the game grants you in order for you to get the dragon. Basically, it's some kind of a key to get this. Now the dragon also costs you 90,000 EQ. I'm calling it EQ. I don't care how you call it. I'm calling it EQ. EQ is something you just find around on the floor every day. You can only do that once, so on a daily basis there's going to be a pouch of EQ lying on the floor. Usually it's around here in the area, in the royal garden, or on the route to it, and somewhere in the alleys. Yeah, that's where you usually found the EQ when you come into Irene at first. Now the add-on also shows where the EQ is lying when it does spawn. It's only once a day. You can also farm the fairy dust to make it clear how you can get the EQ for the dragon or anything else you want to buy. There's everywhere fairy dust in the whole area that is spawning in random spots, and you can trade the fairy dust here in for EQ. You can probably also trade it in the castle, but that's how you get all the EQ. Now we're gonna buy this goddamn beautiful dragon, and we're gonna ride it like never before. We have acquired us a beautiful Irene Dragon. We're going to make this perfect. Raging. There we go. Great honor. That's the achievement we got from it. And then the dragon itself is right here. God motherfucking damn it, man. I am honestly so glad that this is done. I no longer have to do Irene anymore. I've got everything already. Dragon was the last thing I needed to complete my collection, and I'm so glad I got it. It looks amazing. So for people that are interested in it, it's basically the same model of a dragon as the ones that you could buy before. Why is this one? Oh, this one actually has more health as well. So actually the Irene Dragon is a different kind of model. Well, it's the same model, sorry. So basically initially you have these dragons, yeah, that were from prophetic cards or from cash boxes, or this one was from a separate sale on the web shop. Sorry, this was from a collector edition. And these had apparently lower health than the Irene Dragon. So when you get the Irene Dragon, you unlock a higher tier, even though it's the same rank. But you unlock a higher tier of the same model dragon, but it just has more health. It has more generation. It probably has more speed on free to play, I'm not sure. The speed here for mounts are capped on pay to play, so that's why it doesn't change, I'm not sure. But you see the difference here on health and on regeneration. So I believe I can just dismiss these. And we have the stronger version only. With the skins. So these skins were the same basically. So the model is the same, that's why you can apply different skins on it. So these are the ones that you got from the prophetic cards, I believe. also very cool. But the way of getting them is just simply swipe and receive. So that kind of defeats the purpose and the feeling behind getting them. They're just fun to show off for a week, and then you're kind of done with them and you want to go for another mount. Now with this Irene Dragon, I really feel like I want to show it off for a long ass time to everybody that I finally got it. Now don't get me wrong, these skins look formidable, amazing as well. They look very cool. Some of these look really badass as well. But you just got them from buying, you feel me? You just buy them and that's it. There's no achievement in that. There's nothing to brag about. But goddamn, this skin, man. This skin I can tell stories about. I can brag about people. Not everyone is gonna have this skin because not everyone just has the time to just grind it, you know. Everyone can buy it. Everyone has the money. We know that. But this thing is something else. Well, I'm very proud of my achievement here, guys. As you can see, I included in the video different ways you can earn this. I put a guide for every piece of little content that you have to do to grind these dailies. If you have any more questions about anything considering Irene, because I'm really done with Irene now. I know it's like I'm born in this fucking goddamn city now. But if you have any questions regarding Irene, don't hesitate to ask. I'll gladly answer you guys on YouTube, in the comments, or on Discord, on my Twitch as well, whatever you guys want. I'll do my best to reply to you guys. And yeah, and this dragon is from was from the collector edition. I believe it was collector edition when they were going to launch that warp game, where they had like a different vision of making a different game. They're gonna merge it with Allods Online. They had like this whole, what is it, crossover idea, and then everything went poop shit and they didn't go through with it. Well, this dragon was then given to the people that are playing on Aire, but they decided not to continue this on EU. So this doesn't exist on EU as far as I know. I got this confirmed by the Russian moderators from the Discord before I got banned. So that is the story about this dragon. It looks also very cool. Unfortunately, European players are not important enough to enjoy this skin. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. See you on my Twitch maybe. And bye bye.